Welcome to the entire world teacher YouTube channel. I am Shafi. Dear speaker and listeners, today we presenting two interesting and amazing stories. The rope and the ship, which may bring positive changes in your life and behavior. So don't miss a single line. The stories is very short and interesting and amazing to enjoy. Read by screen or listen by voice. The rope. The night fell heavy in the heights of the mountains and the man could not see anything. All was black, zero visibility, and the moon and the stars were covered by the clouds. As he was climbing, only a few feet away from the top of the mountain, he slipped and fell into the air, falling at great speed. He could only see black spots as he went down, and the terrible sensation of being sucked by gravity. He kept falling, and in the moments of great fear, it came to his mind all the good and bad episodes of his life. He was thinking now about how close death was getting, when all of a sudden he felt the rope tied to his waist pull him very hard. His body was hanging in the air. Only the rope was holding him, and in that moment of stillness he had no other choice other to scream, "Help me, God." All of a sudden a deep voice coming from the sky answered, "What do you want me to do?" "Save me, God. Do you really think I can save you?" "Of course I believe you can." "Then cut the rope tied to your waist." There was a moment of silence and the man decided to hold onto the rope with all his strength. The rescue team tells that the next day a climber was found dead and frozen, his body hanging from a rope, his hands holding tight to it, only 1 foot away from the ground. And how attached we are to our rope will we let go? Don't ever doubt about the words of God. We should never say that He has forgotten us or abandoned. The ship. A voyaging ship was wrecked during a storm at sea, and only 2 of the men on it were able to swim to a small, desert-like island. The 2 survivors, not knowing what else to do, agreed that they had no other recourse but to pray to God. However, to find out whose prayer was more powerful, they agreed to divide the territory between them and stay on opposite sides of the island. The first thing they prayed for was food. The next morning, the first man saw a fruit-bearing tree on his side of the land, and he was able to eat its fruit. The other man's parcel of land remained. After a week, the first man was lonely and he decided to pray for a wife. The next day, another ship was wrecked, and the only survivor was a woman who swam to his side of the land. On the other side of the island, there was nothing. Soon the first man prayed for a house, clothes, more food. The next day, like magic, all of these were given to him. However, the second man still had nothing. Finally, the first man prayed for a ship, so that he and his wife could leave the island. In the morning, he found a ship docked at his side of the island. The first man boarded the ship with his wife and decided to leave the second man on the island. He considered the other man unworthy to receive God's blessings, since none of his prayers had been answered. As the ship was about to leave, the first man heard a voice from heaven booming, "Why are you leaving your companion on the island?" "My blessings are mine alone, since I was the one who prayed for them," the first man answered. "His prayers were all unanswered, and so he does not deserve anything." "You are mistaken." The voice rebuked him. "He had only one prayer, which I answered. If not for that, you would not have received any of my blessings." "Tell me," the first man asked the voice, "what did he pray for that I should owe him anything?" "He prayed that all your prayers be answered. For all we know, our blessings are not the fruits of our prayers alone, but those of another praying for us."